Are we truly happy? Are we genuinely free? Or are we, as many have suggested, merely creatures bound by the unseen strings of our subconscious, the intricate web of thoughts and emotions that dictate our every move? The Buddha spoke of the 5 aggregates as the components of human existence: form, sensation, perception, mental formations, and consciousness, and how they tether us to suffering and illusion. In a similar vein, philosophers like Arthur Schopenhauer and Friedrich Nietzsche argued that human freedom is a mere facade, obscured by the powerful undercurrents of will and instinct. Psychologists like Sigmund Freud further illuminated this perspective, describing the unconscious as the true driver of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, far beyond the reach of conscious control. And what of modern science? Neuroscience has, in many ways, affirmed these ancient and philosophical insights. Our brains, complex and wondrous, govern our experiences through the release of chemicals, neurotransmitters and hormones that shape our emotions and consequently our actions. These chemicals, such as serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin and others, act as the unseen architects of our inner world. They dictate whether we feel joy or sorrow, calm or restless, connected or isolated. Why does this matter? Because our emotions are the lens through which we perceive life itself. They color our experiences, influence our decisions, and determine the quality of our relationships. If our emotions govern our reality, and if our brain chemistry governs our emotions, then we hold the power to shape our lives by influencing this chemistry. This realization is both humbling and empowering. While we may not be entirely free in the absolute sense, we are not helpless. Through practices like meditation, exercise, and cultivating gratitude, we can encourage our brains to release the chemicals that foster happiness and well-being. By understanding and working with the biological mechanisms that drive us, we can reclaim a sense of agency and create a life imbued with joy and fulfillment. Bliss, then, is not an external treasure to be sought, but an internal state to be cultivated. And in this cultivation lies the paradox of freedom. By understanding the constraints of our biology, we unlock the potential to transcend them. The vibrational nature of emotions. Physics, particularly quantum mechanics, offers yet another perspective that deepens our understanding of existence. It has demonstrated that we, and indeed all matter, are fundamentally fields of energy. What we perceive as solid objects are, in reality, the manifestation of electromagnetic fields binding atoms together. These fields operate in waves, and these waves have frequencies. In this universe, high frequencies correspond to positive and constructive states, while low frequencies are associated with negativity and disarray. Here lies a profound truth. High-frequency waves, such as those created by positive emotions, align with harmony, growth, and connection. Conversely, low-frequency waves, born of negative emotions, resonate with discord and stagnation. The nature of these waves is fascinating. When two frequencies are in harmony, they attract and merge, creating resonance. This principle of attraction applies not only to living beings, but also to inanimate objects, which possess their own intrinsic frequencies. What sets humanity apart is our ability to alter our frequencies. Unlike static objects, humans possess emotions, and emotions can shift our energetic states. Emotions are the product of the interplay between our subconscious, conscious thoughts, and external stimuli. This dynamic interplay allows us to adjust our frequencies by cultivating positive emotions and releasing negative ones. It is an awe-inspiring ability, one that empowers us to influence not only our internal states, but also the world around us. Positive emotions elevate our frequency, aligning us with joy, gratitude, love, and inspiration. Negative emotions, on the other hand, pull us into lower frequencies, where fear, anger, and despair reside. Yet there exists a state that transcends this binary division. The ancient sages spoke of it, the Wu Wei of Lao Tzu, the effortless flow of life. the nirvana of the Buddha, the cessation of all suffering. Science has yet to fully quantify the frequency of such states, but they are often described as ultimate harmony, where the individual merges seamlessly with the universal flow. As science advances, we may one day measure these profound states with precision. For now, what remains clear is this. By understanding our nature as energetic beings and by consciously cultivating our emotions, we can shape not only our personal experiences, but also the very fabric of reality itself. In this lies the profound interconnectedness of existence, the dance of frequencies that binds us to one another and to the universe as a whole. The ancient machinery of emotions. Emotions, those seemingly ephemeral forces, are in fact deeply rooted in the intricate dance of neurochemicals in our brains. When we feel joy, gratitude, or love, our bodies release serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, substances that elevate our spirit, energize our being, and open us to the fullness of life. Conversely, emotions like anger, fear, or despair summon the likes of cortisol and adrenaline, which tighten our chests, sharpen our senses, and prepare us for a fight or flight. But why, you might ask, are we wired this way? To understand, we must step back into the world of our ancient ancestors, where survival was the daily game and these chemicals were the players. The role of negative emotions in survival. In those primordial times, danger lurked everywhere, in the rustle of grass that could conceal a predator, in the shadow cast by hunger, or in the threat posed by rival tribes. Negative emotions, though uncomfortable, were indispensable. The release of cortisol and adrenaline was not a curse but a gift, sharpening the mind and body to face immediate threats. They heightened awareness, quickened the pulse, and focused every ounce of energy on survival. Without these reactions, humanity would not have endured. The role of positive emotions in building civilization. Yet survival alone is not enough. The species that merely survives stagnates. One that thrives builds civilizations. Positive emotions became the glue of human connection. Dopamine and serotonin rewarded achievement, from the successful hunt to the gathering of the tribe. Oxytocin, the so-called love hormone, bound us together, fostering trust, cooperation, and the formation of societies. Endorphins softened the edge of pain, encouraging the perseverance needed to build shelters, raise children, and explore new frontiers. These chemicals were, and still are, the architects of humanity's greatest triumph, the creation of a shared world. It was this capacity for connection, for trust, and for collective effort that allowed us to rise as masters of this earth. A new world, an outdated system. But here we are now, in a world vastly different from the one our ancestors inhabited. The threats of old, predators, famine, and immediate physical danger, have been replaced by subtler, more pervasive pressures. Deadlines, societal expectations, financial worries, and the constant hum of digital connectivity. The system that once saved us now struggles to adapt. Stress hormones are triggered not by life-threatening dangers, but by a late-night email or a passing comment. Dopamine, once a reward for genuine achievements, is hijacked by the instant gratification of social media likes and junk food. Oxytocin, which once thrived in face-to-face bonds, now withers in the realm of superficial virtual connections. This disconnect creates a kind of existential friction, as if the ancient machinery of our emotions is out of tune with the symphony of modern life. The paradox of progress. What we face is a paradox. While we have advanced technologically, our emotional systems remain rooted in the primal. We are beings of the past, navigating a present that demands more subtlety, more nuance, and more awareness than ever before. Our ancient emotional system is not inherently flawed. It was, and still is, brilliant in its design. But to live harmoniously in this modern world, we must become conscious participants in its operation. Embracing the present with awareness. What does this mean for us? It means realizing that stress, fear, and anger are not enemies but signals, a call to reassess, recalibrate, and respond with wisdom rather than instinct. It means seeking the timeless rewards of serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin through intentional practices, deep relationships, creative pursuits, mindfulness, and gratitude. And perhaps most importantly, it means embracing the idea that while our systems may be ancient, our awareness is not bound by their limitations. Awareness is the great liberator, the force that allows us to transcend the machinery of the mind and live in harmony with the world as it is now. As Alan Watts might say, the secret of life is to be fully alive, not in the sense of mere survival, but in the radiant, dancing, singing joy of existence. By understanding our emotions, honoring their origins, and consciously guiding them, we can bridge the gap between our ancient selves and the modern world. And in doing so, we may find that the symphony of life is not broken, but simply waiting to be tuned.